Hello jobbers, welcome back. My name is Andres Curam and this is the 68 Jobs channel. In today's episode, we are going to talk about you again, even more now. We're going to talk about who are you? Who does 68 Jobs serve? And that is very important because without you, there is no 68 Jobs. So we're going to get into in which part of the journey you are, what will be the information that you need. And the most important part is that you understand in which moment of this finding a job challenge, if we call it like this, you are in, because that will help us, that will guide us, that will allow us to help you the best. So welcome to this episode, and let's go and have a blast. Thank you so much. I see you soon. Welcome to the 68 Jobs channel. This is your place to go from zero to the job that changes everything. No more waiting, let's start. Let's start. All right. So, what do we have here? We're going to chat about who are you, all right? So, who does 68 Jobs serves or helps or guide or support or cheer for? The whole package, you get it. All right. So in order to do this, we're going to use a timeline. I'm going to create a little line over here. And we're going to use a little timeline of maybe, let's call here, of your time here in Sweden. This is important because this is how we're going to organize the content for you and help you in the best way. So, as you may have heard, and if not, this is what we are focusing mostly. So we are mostly focusing on two audiences in general, which is the students. So this is foreign-born professionals who came to Sweden to study, and the audience that we call the plus ones. You are a family member of a person here in Sweden. Perhaps it is your partner from your home country, from your homeland, that got a job here in Sweden. Perhaps it's a family member who needed to come here because of any other, maybe political, economical reason. Maybe your partner is a Swedish citizen, and literally you're here as a plus one, and you're trying to look out. This is you, né? And most of the students that we help is foreign students that have studied masters. And let me tell you the reason. Yeah, 68 Jobs started originally for this audience, the master students, because I was part of that audience. I'm still part of that audience, not because I'm studying, because I feel it in my heart. So that audience to be that audience is a very good advantage in order to get a job here in Sweden. There are many other ways that you can actually find a job here in Sweden. I will just name them, but we're not going to get into that. That is, of course, people that came with a partner, of course, the plus one. People that had already found a job, but then lost the job. Yeah, so you said, I'm not a master student, I'm not a plus one. So let's call here lost job for any reason. Yeah. There is also people who came here as of course, this is different other reasons as a foreign born, but perhaps here you came here as for political reasons. Sometimes also you just found yourself here as part of a family member Yeah, maybe not fully as a plus one, but maybe as a family member. So these ones we don't work with at this moment. Yes, a lot of the information that we have might help, but the information is not targeted to you. But if you're part of one of these audiences here, or maybe if I'm missing one, you can always tell us and we maybe find out what we can do. So I would just put here this little dot and said, we don't work with these ones. Bam. I don't like X's, but we must use it. All right. So let's come back to the timeline. So students and plus ones. I will start with the students because it's mostly the one that is more organized. So there is a timeline that starts from the month 0, let's call it 0 month. And there is, and to the rest, that is the one that I called 36 month. So it's kind of a lapse of 3 years. Why is that? Because when you came here to study a master's, we usually talk to, we should help master students who have been here for the 2-year master programs. However, there is also 1-year master programs. So in this case, it's just quite similar. You just need to find out in which, of course, of these areas you are, but we're making it understandable for you, for the master students of 2 years, because we can divide it in 4. So if you study only 1 year, you can actually put yourself into one of these little things, for example, here, in these little slots, or here, etc. Yeah. So the reason we do this is because this is from your 0 month to your 6th month. Let's call it first semester. Then it's from the 6th month to the 2nd month, 12th month. This is the 2nd semester. That is to the 12th month to the 18th month. This is the 3rd semester. And then you get to the 24th month. And this is the 4th semester. Each one of you in these different slots, time slots, has a different mindset, mental state. There is not the same of helping or guiding somebody here on your first 6 months in Sweden as somebody here when the person is already doing the last semester. Or even here, like somebody that is in the 2nd semester on the 3rd, you said, Andres, but they're so close. I know. But the mindset changes a lot. A person who came here to study, those 2 years, they go not only fast, but your mind goes to different mindsets like crazy. And that is something that literally I have seen, it breaks the way you apply to a job. Because it is your mindset at the moment. It is the way you're tackling life. And if your life in that moment is full of different things about studies or even your family or your emotions in different ways, or your mind health, your mental health, it really depends on in which ones of you are here. And this is why we divided this by 4. The other one that is about the master students is this 12-month gap. That is usually the one that a master student has to stay in Sweden to find a job. When I came to Sweden, it was only 6 months. Imagine the pressure. But even before that, I think it was 2011 or 12. Apologies to all the, if I'm missing that information at this moment, it's just a little data point here. Is that even before that, I think they stopped it in 2011 or 12, that there was no year to find a job. There was like from 0 to 24. So imagine everybody trying to do everything, studying and learning the language and finding a job and everything in 24 months. Not even that. in the last 6 months. This was the most stressful, and some people did it. My respect, my freaking respect to you that did everything those 6 months, because wow, that was insane. All right. So now you have 12 more months. Of course, you have to show to Mira Home Circuit that you have the economical means, the financial means to stay in the country while you find a job. And now, of course, there's other laws and regulations in order to get a residence permit. But so far, that hasn't changed that much to get a residence permit. It is mostly getting a citizenship. But we're still into that. Our aim is to provide the guidance until you get as much as interviews as possible. And, of course, if it happens to get a job with a residence permit. All right. So this is for the master students. If we can, let's put it again like this, and now we put it with the green one. Is that we divide it in these sections. So again, let's put it like this. So this is what we call the first semester audience, the second semester audience, the third semester, fourth semester, and after studies. Different mindsets. It's easy to know where you are because it's time. It's like, I've been here for 3 months, so you are in the first one. Yeah, I've been here for 9 months, so you are in this one. Yeah, there's people doing a second master's. There's even people that I've helped that they wanted a guidance before they arrived to Sweden, which fantastic. Is you are literally ahead of the whole process. And that is also good. Victory loves preparation. Amat Victoria Curam in Latin. Actually have a tattoo about that here. Is that if you prepare from before, this is fantastic. So you can actually save time and be more ready to do the things that you have to do in those months. So maybe we can call this before studies. Yes, okay. Before, let's call BF. Before studies. And so far, the content is not going to be mostly for this, but you can start to take into this. All right? Pan, pan, and pan. And the plus ones. Yeah? This is it. This is it. This is the way we're going to tackle this challenge with you. So by the time you talk to us, one of the first things we're going to ask you is who you are, in which stage you are, regardless of the country you are, regardless of what age you have, regardless of your, of course, I'm not going to get into your master's program or studies, your skin color, or whatever. We don't get into that. It is where you are on these stages, because that will allow us to know how to guide you. And if you actually started, for example, you said, hey guys, this is of course for the future, but we're able to daydream, is that if you actually have consumed or have used the content here, or have used our support in the years, and you said I started with you since the first, now I'm in the third, good, because now you know how is the process, and that is our aim in the next years, that we can help you progressively. All right, so this is it. This is who you are. Very simple. You're going to start to get it when we get into that. And yeah, looking forward to chat with you. Have an amazing life. Sending you tons of energy, and be ready for the challenge. Bye bye.